EBS TV, television reloaded. Politics, governance, issues affecting the people, the economy, State in Focus, weekdays on EBS.
Today on this program, we'll be looking critically at the COVID-19 pandemic situation, the government policies, the drive to fight the COVID-19 situation out of our land, and the church, as well as what people are saying, given what we now have on our hands. I have the pleasure of having with me on this program today the regional pastor, Omega Fire Ministries, Pastor Azena. It's so good to have you.
Thank you very much.
I know your schedule is always
very tight.
Very tight.
I appreciate my viewer for being there. God bless you too.
All right, we'll start by looking first at this background story on what some clerics have had to say concerning the adjustment by government in the church activities because of the need to do so in order to fight the COVID-19 situation.
The coronavirus pandemic, which started in Wuhan, China, late 2019, as at 9th May 2020, has recorded confirmed cases around the world, put at over 4.2 million people, with over 279,000 deaths. In Nigeria, since 27 February 2020, when the index case was reported, 4,151 confirmed cases and 128 deaths have been recorded. This daily increase in the cases of COVID-19 has made government across the globe to outline precautionary measures to curb the scourge, which include scaling down operations in government offices, banks, other institutions, and even in churches to check the convergence of many people. Reacting to the utterances by some prominent Christian religious leaders who are raising concern about government's restriction order on the number of persons to assemble at a time on any place of worship, the Catholic Archbishop of Abuja, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama, remarked that the coronavirus pandemic is an acid test for Christendom to determine genuine and businessmen clerics. Parish priest St. Thomas Aquinas Catholic Church, Reverend Father Richard Oferi, who said he will not completely blame some of the ministers of the gospel for their stance, but reminded them that government's policy on COVID-19 is for the best interest of all. Edo State Chairman, Youth Wing, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, and Christian Association of Nigeria, Pastor Phil Aroje, is of the view that it remains unfair for states to adopt total lockdown in religious activities. On his part, Pastor Azena said the directive by Edo State government and church services not to be more than 20 persons is appropriate, but however enjoined relevant authorities to caution some law enforcement agents who are capitalizing on the situation to harass some ministers of the gospel.
Edo State say about 20 people. Okay, 20 people, like our own church, I can talk about Catholic Church. It's difficult to have 20 people in a church. So what we do is a private mass.
I want to advise Christians, we must not take anything for granted. We are people of faith. We believe in God. We believe in the healing power of Jesus Christ. But we must be very careful not to allow the devil have his way.
I think, or I suppose, that the government should also do a little adjustment for the for the worship center, the way it is done is in civil service, a market, and some other institution. Whether you like it or not, the religious centers or the worship center are part of the society.
Some other respondents who include Dennis Osayuwa, Samuel Omoregbe, Oluwatosin Adeoye, and Felix Osagie gave their impression on the development occasioned by COVID-19.
They should not complain because they are looking for their daily bread. They are not after the health of human being.
The government has said that they need 20. It's for the people problem because when you know that everything is going on now, you have to abide to the load of the government.
They are not selfish at the same time. They are still after the welfare.
Some big church now, the only kind of population now, they may be treated now, they will contact virus. But from my own aspect, what government said, they are right.
Benedict Okate, EBS TV News.
Government's directive that church activities be adjusted in terms of population to safeguard people from the COVID-19 situation. What's your impression of it and what effect has it had?
First and foremost, I want to appreciate the executive governor of Edo State, God will not pass again. for not going into total lockdown of the society, just like what happened in other states. Nevertheless, the partial lockdown for over 1 month has actually caused some effects on the churches, because the people, the church is not actually the building, it's the people, and these persons are part of the society. The church is like a business center. It's not just, people look at it at the dimension of the pastor, maybe talking about tithe and offering. No. When churches are open, for example, or whether they are in full swing, to give opportunity to a cabman that is carrying people to the church, those who sell minerals, those who trade and all that, it's like a marketplace. Even those who for end time, for everything. And there are staffs that work also in the church. Like my branch of the church here, I have no less than 15 to 20 staffs. So definitely when the church is shut down, it's not like the pastor is going to be. So it has actually had effect on the people. So long it has effect on the society. The church is part of the society. The same people going to church are the same people that are at home. So it has a negative effect on the church. But nevertheless, life first. Whatever we are doing, we should not put money first. We should not put business first. We should not put job first. We put life first. So by the grace of God, it has also taught us a lesson that you don't have it good all the time. You know, we have been preaching it, but this is a practical example of what we have been preaching, that there comes to a time in the life of a man when things are not the way they're supposed to be. So we are in the period of test, or let's say the period of trial. So though it's not easy, but we have no option than to cooperate with what the state government, the directive of the state government.
Yeah, a lot of people have said so much about this need for the adjustment to church activities. A lot of them, who by the way are Christians, have said that this period is really their acid test to know those who really are Christians. It is the buildings that it is a number. It shouldn't be more than 20 people at a time. Yeah. So how much of church we have imbibed, how much of Christianity we have learned is what we are expected to put into practice at this time. And I don't know how you see that. How well are the Christians taking this, and how effectively are they carrying it out?
You know, what I heard people say, or people have been saying that you can worship God in your various houses. When it comes to church or religious matter or spiritual matters, church was never bettered at the platform of individual. The birth of church was bettered when the group of persons gathered in Acts of Apostles, and the Bible says when they saw them, they didn't say when they saw him, they said these are Christ-like, and they were referred to as Christians. In Acts chapter 2, when the days of Pentecost was fully come, the Bible said they were in one accord. They were not on individual basis. Even Jesus gave them a commandment to gather in one place. So it is true that you can pray individually in your various homes, but the birth of church, from the genesis of church, it has been a cooperative and a collective matter. Like when the Bible was in the book of Hebrews, when the Bible was admonishing Christians, he said, forsake not the assemblies of one another as a manner of such as you see the time approaching. So the church will become effective when there is togetherness. Why? Iron sharpeneth iron. The Bible said we should come together. But at times you come to the church, which is the building now, and you are way down, you are not able to pray, but you can be motivated when you see your neighbor praying, or someone can also walk to you and counsel you, someone can walk to you and encourage you. It's a room of encouragement. It's a place where souls are built. So if someone is saying that it's now we know it's a Christian, it's a moment of like you are saying we are going to lose more people, a lot of people are going to be more discouraged, a lot of people are going to be more worldly, because even when the church is on full swing, people are still backsliding daily. How much more now that you say the video to your tent, oh Israel. So I think that the partial lockdown from in some states and its full lockdown in some other states, it has a negative effect on the church more than the positive. You know, anything that has a disadvantage also have advantage. So, but the disadvantages of this are much than the advantages. So a lot of people will not be seen to be encouraged. A lot of people, when I mean the word encouragement, there are some who take counsel from individuals in the church anytime they are around. Some marriages are being tried to be managed by the churches because they see them around, they know what is going on. Presently now, a lot have been disconnected from their pastors. He can no longer know what is going on and all that. There are many implications. Even financial encouragement. The church that have not collected offering and tithes, how can it help those? Like for example, in my church, I have over 100 widows and widowers that I take care of. I have orphans that I take care of. I have single mothers that I take care of. I have some people who are sick that I take care of. I pay rent for some persons. Now that the church is not there, what happened to me? So it's not all about the pastor. There are some who we used to encourage. They are crying and they are part of the society.
Yeah. Are you saying that aside from the government directive,
yes,
security forces are doing something?
Yes, this is what is happening. This is what is happening. You know, I'm a community leader, and by the grace of God, we have, both say the churches are under me are 112. So of recent, last 2 weeks, it's only this Sunday now because we have been pursuing it since last 2 Sunday now. Some of my pastors, about 1 or 2 of my pastors were accosted by the security agencies, and they asked them to close down. So, and at the end of it, I had to speak with one of the TPOs. I said, this man said there are 18 of them. He said they have instruction from above to close down. No, they should not be service at all. I'm quoting the PFM president, youth league president of Phil Aruchi. Or the 2 Sundays ago before this last one, they went to the Arupitas Hall to discharge 17 pastors that were arrested. Not that their services were more than 20. Their services were between 18, 19, and 15. And one of them was Voice of Freedom, a friend of mine, Pastor Loki, very close to Reliance Hotel there. He was arrested. And the Phil Aruji had to go to the government house and meet with some persons, and those ones said, so long they are not above 20, they are not interested in the case. So that is what they are trying to tell the government. I spoke with the president of Edo State, which is a president of Bishop Oyoro Dekure. I spoke with him yesterday. We spoke with him. In fact, we speak almost every day. He has been on it. He has also reported the issue to the governor. Phyllis Omobude came on board. Benifo came on board. And several other Christian leaders have come on board and said, okay, if the governor says, which is the highest order, the governor knows the people. He knows them better. He said 20. We are not going to support anybody who value the law of 20. But anyone that the services have been not 20, allow the person to be. Like me, I cannot even do the service at all. Since they started, I've not done the service because there's no way I can do 20. I have members up to 6,000. How many will I do 20 in a day? That means I will do 300 services a day. Let's assume each of them is 10 minutes. How will I do it? So I just decide to go and rest. But there are small churches who their attendance is 50, 40, just to break it into. So the government are not we are standing with Governor Baseki and the COVID-19 team. Even as I'm talking, one of the members of the surveillance, I am totally in support. You know, I told you that this is my face mark. It's all that because if I put it, it will fall off. So I need to have it too tight. Yes. So because I put it to fall off, that's why I'm not putting it. I'm totally in compliance with all the rules and regulations. This only aspect that is all. So I don't think there's even any governor in Nigeria. I'm not trying to place the government. No, anything you say on air, people say you are a politician, pastor, politician, but you just need to say the truth. Looking at the scenario of this COVID-19, and governor is one of the governors that have done best. The outstanding governor, because when others were in a hurry to shut down the economy of the state, he was not in a hurry. He didn't say see my co-governors, but what he did is he had to do a consultation. He invited us to a meeting. He invited the traditional rulers for meeting. He invited the civil society for meeting, a consultation. So how many governors went through consultation of the citizens before they shut down the economy of the state? So I am saying, I am proud of his decision, I'm proud of what he's doing, but the only aspect we are saying, we should call the security. He should call the security agencies and let them to order. So yes, we are not saying, I even have the letter from the secretary of the state, which is Barrister Osagie. He said no more than 20, but the police zone is a total shoulder. So we are a little bit confused. So that's the only way we are having issue.
Okay, we're going to State in Focus. I'm Osagie Asabor, and we are so happy that we have today with us Pastor Azena, the regional pastor of Omega Fire Ministries.
State in Focus, weekdays on EBS.